And good afternoon, getting an early start for DC Everest versus SPASH High School Baseball. Hello everybody, I'm Chris Conley. Because there is rain in the forecast, we're getting an early start today. We were scheduled for 3:30. Needed a little work on the field, which has taken a lot of moisture, and we're set to go. SPASH and Everest, number 1 and number 2 a year ago. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the SPASH Panthers. Kason Saber will lead off and play center field. Caden Weinberger, third base, bats second. Calvin Roth will hit third and will play shortstop. Gavin Thiel will play second base and bat fourth. The DH is Jonathan Trakla. He will hit for the pitcher, Joe Shizik. Neither pitcher will hit for themselves today. In right field, Braden Marshke will bat sixth. Grant Yankee is in left field. He'll hit seventh. Darren Grabsky will play first base and bat eighth. The catcher is Noah Shakarat. He'll bat ninth. So for the visiting SPASH Panthers, Saber, Weinberger, Roth, Thiel, Trelka, Marshke, Yankee, Grabsky, and Preselak. Evergreens wear their home whites today. It's their best look. Look good, play good, right? Ty Rohde will lead off and play right field for the Evergreens. Cooper Ritchie in left field bats second. Cole Van Slyke will bat third and will catch. Ryan Schulz is the second baseman. He'll hit fourth. Aiden Haupt plays third base and will hit fifth. Brody Hall's at first base fifth. Carter Miller will hit for the pitcher, Cade Felch, for the Evergreens. Miller's the DH batting seventh. Maddox Wyro will be the shortstop, and he'll hit eighth. And Carter Grzinski is in center field batting ninth. For the home-standing Evergreens, Rohde, Ritchie, Van Slyke, Schulz, Haupt, Hall, Miller, Wyro, and Grzinski.
Center field, number 12, Hayden Grzinski.
Pre-game batting orders and lineups here on Zaleski Sports are brought to you by Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston. Dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. Out to field level for the national anthem. DC Everest and Stevens Point, early season rivalry baseball. The rivalry is renewed when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Welcome back. Evergreens are in the field and we'll be underway in just a moment. I'm amazed today that all of the weather apps that we look at, and there are dozens of weather apps, none of them could agree on when the thunderstorms are likely to start. One of the apps I look at says around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, the skies are still. It's a little humid outside. But no, that's not going to be the case. Another app says around 7 or 7:30 tonight. We'd be lucky if we get that late. We'd probably get our full ball game in. And we were scheduled for a 5 o'clock start, moved up, so hopefully we can chase the raindrops. Still, I think it's the kind of game where you'll want to play from you always want to play from in front, right? But when there's rain in the forecast, sure. A couple of early runs, that'd be a huge advantage. It's early enough in the season that both teams have set up their pitching the way they want. And both pitchers are familiar with this rivalry and this kind of game. Cade Felch is taking his warm-up tosses for the Evergreens. Joe Shizik, we saw him last year too. He's a good one. SPASH just year after year seems to have a cupboard of new pitchers. That you say some of these guys graduate. I mean, they got a freshman or a sophomore who got some experience with the varsity and is ready to go now. Let's set the Everest defense behind Cade Felch. Cooper Ritchie is in left field. Hayden Grzinski looks to continue the Everest tradition of big, rangy center fielders, and Ty Rohde is in right. Ty's got a thing for neon. You can see him in the hot pink baseball cleats out there in right field. Aiden Hopt will play third base. Sanitaries are up high, so if there's rain, no problem for Aiden. Maddox Wyro's the shortstop, Ryan Schulz at second base, and Brody Hall's at first base, so a couple of new faces in the Everest infield.
Panthers in the top of the first inning. Center fielder number 12, Kason Sager.
Here's Kason Saber to get us started. The wind right now is dead calm. It's a little bit humid outside. 68 degrees for first pitch in our season opener at Simon Field. And here we go. Bounced in front of home plate and wide. Ball one. Some nice improvements have been made to Simon Field during the offseason. We'll talk about that in a minute. 1-0 pitch. At the knees for a strike, 1-1. One of the spots that needed it the most at Simon Field was the area behind home plate. Chain link fence there was kind of bending up, and sometimes balls that were wild would go through the chain link fence and out of play. You don't want that. Bouncing ball off the mound, pitcher Cade Felch reaches down, snags it, and gets the runner.
Third baseman.
Kind of a more tricky play than you might realize. Felch kind of falls away towards the first base side, so kind of had to twist his body around towards third base. Cat-like, got down, got it in his glove, and threw over. Caden Weinfurter to hit with one out and nobody on. Weinfurter is a junior. And that's outside and low. Both of these teams this year, more underclassmen-based than senior-based, for sure for the Evergreens. A lot of juniors on the Everest roster, and the same for Stevens Point. Juniors and even a couple of sophomores up at the varsity to start the year. Just outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So the chain link fence that was showing its age behind home plate is replaced with a lower fence and then a screen that goes all the way up. Actually, for fans that sit back there, that'll be a nicer view of the game for them. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. So the area behind home plate looks aesthetically nice, and fewer balls will find their way under the fence and out of play. So all of that, positive change. The chain link fence across the outfield here at Simon Field is new, and just to my eyes, I think it's a little bit taller than it used to be. Foul back to the screen, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've got a batter's eye that covers a couple of the panels in dead center field. To put up the new fence, they had to take the foul poles down. The foul poles are not back up. Oh, they will be before the season's done. 2-2 pitch, Felch to Weinfurter, swing and a miss. Got him. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Calvin Roth.
Calvin Roth.
I remember Roth from a year ago, senior now. Righty versus righty. If you're just joining us, yep, got underway early, little after 3:30. Foul back. This field had some standing water around third base. I can tell you the first few bags of Diamond Dry have already been opened for the new season to get third base all straightened out. Way in front of home plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Actually, it is so warm and so humid that if you're out at field level, I mean, it feels like a thunderstorm. The weather is not threatening right now. In fact, some sunshine is burning through the clouds as we speak. So the field, I think, is going to dry out quickly, so long as the rain stays away as we move into the later parts of the afternoon. We're looking for a break in the weather tomorrow. We've got a big softball game scheduled on Zaleski Sports if the weather cooperates. SPASH and DC Everest. We'll play that game over at Kennedy Park. They've got a new turfed-up field there that played very nicely when we were there last week. Just low. 3 balls and a strike. Yeah, the Village has made nice improvements over at Kennedy Park just across the street. The only thing that's tough about playing there is that Everest has to truck their stuff across the street. Tables, scoreboard, set up, all of that. Down low and a 2-out base runner for SPASH. Calvin Roth is down at first via a walk.
Second baseman, 1. Gavin Thiel.
Gavin Thiel ready to hit. Baseball on Zaleski Sports is brought to you by Design Theory 19. Your home is the heart of your best moments. Make it uniquely yours with Design Theory 19. Downtown Wausau or online. Their website is designtheory19.com. Design Theory 19, where dreams become design. Fouled straight back for a strike. Year after year, the big bats in the SPASH lineup are aggressive at the plate. A lot of first ball swinging, looking to jump on mistakes. Swing and a miss. At the letters, maybe a little above, and Thiel is down on the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Everest has also put down some new concrete from dugout to dugout. So fans that come here in lawn chairs and sometimes kind of sink into the soft grass, nope, you're on the concrete pod this year. 0-2 pitch. Runners going, and it's fouled back. We'll do it again. So Bear got a huge jump over at first base. If Thiel laid off, that was going to be a stolen base. Beg your pardon, that was Calvin Roth. Roth is the runner at first base. Runner not going, and the pitch is down low. Cole Van Slyke kept it in front of him. A ball and 2 strikes. Cole Van Slyke back for another year as the Evergreen starting catcher. Boy, was he abused behind the plate a year ago. Seemed like every foul ball found him in the wrong spot. And then for good measure, he plays hockey all winter, so he's banged up from that too. Throw over to first, runner's back. I believe when the hockey season came to an end that Cole Van Slyke was the Evergreen's leading scorer during the winter months. 1-2 pitch coming. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. On one hop down to first base that was barehanded by Brody Hall over at first base. 2 of the 3 outs in the first inning come via strikeout, and the Evergreens work around a 2-out walk. SPASH does not score. Everest coming up when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Let's set the SPASH defensive lineup as Joe Shizik takes his warm-up pitches. Shizik, a right-hander. He's a senior. He'll play the infield when he's not pitching. Grant Yankees in left field. Casson Sabera's in center field, and Braden Marshke's in right. Caden Weinfurter plays third base. Calvin Roth is the shortstop. Gavin Thiel at second. Darren Grabsky is at first base. Noah Priscat catches. And Joe Shizik is ready to operate to Ty Rohde. Rohde was up with the varsity last year for his entire freshman year. Only freshman on the Everest roster last year. And this year he's the only sophomore on the Everest baseball roster. Boy, Ty Rohde looks like he just stepped out of the cast of SpongeBob the Musical. He's got the hot pink cleats. He's got the bright green batting helmets, the batting gloves. And part of his left arm is taped in even brighter green. Right. Ty Rohde is a high visibility target as we get underway here in the home half of the first inning. Right, and he's styling with his baseball bat too, absolutely. Swing and a miss, foul back. What a year Ty Rohde has had so far. Rohde was not expecting to be quarterbacking the football team till injury came along. He was solid. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. I think if you ask Ty, baseball is his favorite. And Ty got a huge number of at-bats as a freshman, and this year slides right into the leadoff spot for the Evergreens. Chased one that was a little bit high and fouled back over the dugout, a ball and 2 strikes. So, I mean, what's Ty going to be like athletically, junior and senior year? Year bigger, couple of years stronger. To the shortstop, through. Out of the range of Calvin Roth, and Ty Rohde gives the Evergreens a leadoff base runner.
Left fielder, number 7, Cooper Ritchie.
Rohde is fast. Cooper Ritchie, just like he's supposed to, holds his stare down at the third base coaching box. Got to see if the hit and run's on here. Third baseman plays a step in. Evergreens looking to bunt. The bunt is down. This is a good one. Only plays to first, and the Evergreens sacrifice the runner over.
Mark that one down. It's some good bunts against Waukee.
Cooper Ritchie lays down the bunt. Runner moves into scoring position for Cole Van Slyke.
Number 19, Cole Van Slyke.
Left-handed bat, and Cole brings some power to the party, too. Hit to the outfield, and Rohde's going to come all the way around. First pitch to Van Slyke, strike on the outside corner. That's right. We've got to ask Cole Van Slyke what happened to the bright yellow bat that he was using last year. Where is the big banana? Stuffed in the garage somewhere. Hit on the ground. Shortstop is over. Bobbles. Everybody's safe. It's the first big scoring decision. That one's not too hard. That's an error on the shortstop, Calvin Roth.
Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 26.
Roth had to move over a couple of steps, but with a clean play would have had to play over at first base. Ryan Schultz, a junior, hits in the cleanup spot, and the Evergreens want a courtesy runner. Zach Dopke will be the courtesy runner at first base. What's Ryan looking to do in this spot? Put the ball in play. SPASH keeps the second baseman and shortstop back, so they're willing to give up a run. You keep the E6 up until a parent yells at you. They will eventually. This is a well-hit line drive. It's into left center field. It's a gapper. Doesn't quite roll to the wall, and Schultz kind of slipped between first and second base, had his back leg slide out from under him, so he retreats. It's a long single. The Evergreens have an RBI, and they'll play from in front today 1-0.
Batting fifth.
Schultz inserted into the cleanup spot and pays a dividend immediately. Good stop for Everest here. There's only one out, and there's runners at first and third. Aiden hopped to hit now. And first, a visit to the mound.
Just left field. Left center. By the time you get to center, it's dry, and like right field is like bone dry.
Yeah, this field did drain kind of funny. I think some of it is that that new big building out there behind the left field fences. But everything on the third base or left field side is soggy. Like the field is kind of draining from right to left. And again, yeah, there's been a tremendous amount of snow that's had to be melted off this spring.
Aiden Hop.
First and third, and again, Aiden Haupt is looking for contact at the plate. Could bring in another run for Everest. 2 hits and a run in, there's only one out. Aiden takes the first pitch, a little high and in, ball 1.
Yep, that's what I get. Yep.
Shizik is pawing around at the front of the mound, looking for a better landing spot. 1-0 pitch.
Not quite as tall as King.
Same spot, little high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Probably got another foot and a half to go to reach Cade's spot.
Do the Evergreens want a double steal here? Favorable count, up 2-0. Runner at first not going and taking a strike. Maybe because Ryan Schultz's feet slid out from under him trying to make a big turn to second. Maybe he'll stay put at first base here. Shizik throws over to first. Runner's back. For a right-handed pitcher, Shizik has a pretty good move over to first base. Hopped off. Transferred his feet just like you'd like. Another well-hit ball. Second baseman dives, keeps it in the infield. The only play is to first, and a run comes in. That's a productive at-bat for Aiden Haupt. Gavin Thiel dove to his left. You know, if that ball goes into the outfield, it's a hit. Instead, he gets one out.
First baseman.
Dubke, the pinch runner, comes in to score, and the Evergreens have a 2-0 lead. So Haupt gets himself an RBI, and here's Brody Hall hitting with a runner at second. Evergreens want to be greedy in this spot. Pick up another run. Up high. A high strike. What do I know? We're sponsored by Scherer Construction. With an office here in Wausau, Scherer Construction offers commercial and custom home construction throughout central Wisconsin. Check out all of their work online at schererconstruction.com. Low. Catcher Noah Prescott did a good job keeping that in front of him. Runner does not advance from second base. 2 hits, 2 in, but there are 2 outs. Evergreen still looking to pick up a runner at second base. Shizik's 1-1 pitch is on the way. Foul back. Started early based on the weather today. So if you tune into your favorite Zaleski Sports channel at 5 o'clock and say, wow, the game's in the 6th inning already. It's all on there on our YouTube channel. Go back and start from the beginning. Just missed outside. Shizik had 1 step towards the dugout thinking that was strike 3. It is not. Everybody's a weatherman today.
Not me. I hate the weather. I'd rather be a dentist than a weather.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
He called time.
I don't think he did. I think the batter was calling for time and he paused.
Ryan Schulz, the runner at second. Brody Hall's looking to pick him up. Foul back. Shizik looked like he reached back for a little something extra there. Rhodey and Schulz have the hits for the Evergreens in this inning. Cooper Ritchie got a sacrifice bunt.
Game got canceled against Rapids.
Evergreens benefiting from an error in this inning. Cole Van Slyke reached on a shortstop's error and came around to score. The mistakes always hurt you in the big rivalry games, don't they? 2-2, fouled off. Hall may have swung at one that was down low.
That would be, I don't know, with West not playing today, I don't think Dave wants to play them tomorrow.
Yeah. Go back to back when they don't have to.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 2 runs in for Everest in the home half of the first. Shizik comes home. Low. 3-2.
Oh yeah, playing today.
Carter Miller, the DH, awaits on deck if the inning continues.
We would still throw Carter tomorrow. So,
Shizik's working on a pretty high pitch count here in this first inning. Wants to close the door right here, coming home. Shallow to right field, coming in off his glove. Right fielder dove and couldn't make the play. Run comes in. You bet, because we're kind of heart and generous people up here. That's a hit. Braden Marshke, the right fielder, dove for it. It did go off his glove, but he left his feet. Leaves his feet, it's a hit. Schulz comes around to score 3-0 Evergreens.
Batting 8, the shortstop.
So Shizik continues to have a frustrating first inning. Got the count to 3-2 and then lost the batter.
33. Carter Miller.
Here's Carter Miller. Strike 1.
There's no reason why that 21. Well, that's it. The only reason why that right fielder got to that ball is he was playing in the second baseman's back pocket.
Miller took a look down to third base. See if the hit and run's on here. Got another runner into scoring position. Why not? Not going. Fouled off. Hall moving on contact there. Baseball is brought to you by Foundation Finance. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. Checked his swing, but that gets away from the catcher. The inning continues. Carter Miller on a mishandled strike 3 gets his way down to first base. Maddox WIAA to hit now. Evergreens have sent 8 batters to the plate here in the first
Number
inning.
8. Maddox WIAA.
Maddox will do some pitching before the season is done. He's a junior, playing shortstop today. We got to see him up at the varsity a little towards the end of last season. Strike 1. Little low, ball 1. Outside of the view of our Zaleski Sports cameras, there's still some work to be done around Simon Field. I think they're going to put in more landscaping. Evergreens have the flowers behind the bleachers behind home plate. A memorial area for Everest players from years past who are no longer with us. Throw over to second, runners back. We still have some standing water beyond where the concession stand is. Give it a week or two, we will lead the league in mosquito breeding. Just below the letters, strike two. So Joe Shizik, who still out there because of a drop third strike that would have been strike three, is looking to get his fourth out of this inning. Low, 2-2.
Yeah, maybe pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Call strike three, and the inning comes to an end. Maddox WIAA is retired, but the Evergreens get 3 hits.
One error, 2 left at the end of
They benefit from an error and a drop third strike that prolonged the inning. One complete. DC Everest plays from in front this afternoon. They lead SPASH 3-0 on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Top of the second inning, Cade Felch has been on the bench for a while, stretching it out again to get the top of the second going. He struck out 2 of the first 3 outs that he's recorded. Also gave up a walk in that first inning with 2 outs. Felch is ready to go. Talk up here in the press box between innings is about the Brewers. Those City Connect uniforms are ugly and unlucky.
They made them play bad. Those jerseys made them play bad.
It's got nothing to do.
Brewers start off with an 8-2 record and then drop 5 in a row. It's a team that needed a day off, and they get one today. Brewers and Blue Jays tomorrow. 6:40 first pitch. Jonathan Trekla, the designated hitter, to lead off for SPASH. Little low, ball 1. I don't know, you got to figure the Brewers have so much established talent from a year ago. They're going to be good this year. Even good teams have 4 or 5 game losing streaks over the course of a season. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Rotographic Printing says when it comes to printing materials, sales, and marketing tools, company supplies, Wausau turns to Rotographic Printing. Find what you need to help your business stand out. Rotographic Printing, 80th Avenue, Wausau. 2-0 pitch, and that's away. 3 balls and no strikes to Jonathan Trekla. We know because this game started early. Lots of Everest and SPASH fans are checking in with our Zaleski Sports feed. Welcome. Glad to have you here today. Took something off, and it's over for a strike, 3-1. Had some sunshine before, and for now at least, it's disappeared before one of those high clouds. But the sky is still. It's not like the weather is swirling around on us. Outside, a leadoff walk.
Right fielder, number 6.
Braden Marshke will hit.
Braden Marshke.
I mean, it's SPASH. It's a rivalry game. It's the type of game where you never quite feel comfortable. Outside for a ball. Yeah, 4 of the 5 pitches that Felch has thrown after the long time on the bench have been out of the strike zone. There's a strike, 1-1. Saw a lot of Cade Felch during the boys' basketball season. It seems like Cade Felch has been in the athletic department forever because he was playing at the varsity level as a sophomore. Hit on the ground to short. Play to second, there's 1. Relay to first, safe. Evergreens get the lead runner, close at first base, but Marschke did indeed beat it out. He's on board with a fielder's choice and 1 out.
Left fielder, 7. Grant Yonke.
Here's Grant Yonke, 1 out, 1 on. Outside, ball 1. Yeah, when you have freshmen and sophomores that are good enough to play at the varsity level, it just seems like they're around for a long time. I mean, it's still only 4 years, but you don't see the JV players every day. When they're up in the varsity, we're just exposed to them more. Checked his swing, but it's called strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just missed. Close. 2 balls and a strike. Right fielder Ty Rohde plays way in with a left-handed bat of Grant Yonke at the plate. Throw over to first. Runner's back, bounced off the diving back runner. To kind of reintroduce you to Simon Field, I don't think there's any place we play that's got more room in foul territory. Wild throw over to first, and the runners are off to the races. There's a strike, 2-2. Home plate umpire thought about it and got the call correct, according to Everest fans. Cade Felch has worked back to even in the count. Coming home, fouled away. SPASH doesn't have to get all 3 back at once, but would like to nibble away at this early Everest lead. 2-2 pitch, leg kick, home. Caught by third base. Nifty play by Aiden Haupt. Haupt caught it on a line. Not sure if Aiden didn't get that, if that was going to be fair or foul down the left field line. No matter, it's in his glove. Darren Grabsky to hit with 2 outs. Runner does not advance. Outside for a ball. If we do see some weather before this game is done, something that's a little bit different with rain delays in high school baseball. No one's got a full tarp for their infield. Swing and a miss, 1-1. So a lot of times when the rain comes, that's kind of where the game ends. You don't see a lot of games where we sit through a rain delay and then restart. That's unusual. Here at Simon Field, we cover up the pitcher's mound and the home plate area. But this field could certainly not take a lot more rain. On a line to shallow left, it dunks in front of the left fielder Cooper Ritchie. Spash's first hit, and they will clear the number 9 batter here in the visitors' second.
Catcher, 29, Noah Shakarat.
Noah Shakarat will get a chance to hit. He'll also hit from the left side. 2 outs, the Evergreens have a force at any base.
Empty space in that jersey.
Indeed. Yeah.
First ball swing, it's a bouncer to second. Ryan Schulz is over, plays to first. The throw is low, and the inning continues. Got to be a play at the plate, safe. An error at first base allows Spash to get a run in. That was a bad throw from Ryan Schulz. Down in the dirt, first baseman Brody Hall couldn't handle it. Braden Marschke comes all the way around and scores. An error gets Spash on the scoreboard.
Kaysen Sager.
Kaysen Saber to hit. Both teams have an error against their ledger now. See again, did that 3-0 lead seem safe? No, not at all. Not at all. Spash's pitcher Joe Shizik could always settle in, get into a groove. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Spash is a team that always battles at the plate. Hit on the ground to third. Hapt has it, will throw across the diamond. Throws a little high, comes down on the bag, out. Throw is a little bit towards the home plate side of the line, but Brody Hall got it, stepped on the bag. The inning is over. Spash gets 1 hit and gets a run in on a 2-out error. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Our new score, DC Everest 3, Spash 1 on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
The bottom of the second is on. The Evergreens sent 8 men to the plate in the first, so they'll have 9, 1, and 2 to hit. Hayden Grzinski to get us started. Skies have turned just a little bit darker here at Simon Field. Baseball is brought to you by France Propane, your locally owned complete service propane company, serving all of central Wisconsin for 2 generations. Learn more at France Propane. France Propane, local, quality, family. Yeah, you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion that 3 runs is not going to do it for the Evergreens today. They're going to need more than that. Righty to righty as Joe Shizik is ready to work to Hayden Grzinski. Shizik threw 28 pitches unofficially in the first inning. Starts off Grzinski with a strike.
Hayden Grzinski.
Off-speed pitch over the top of it. Good pitch for Joe Shizik. And he's ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Shizik could use a quick inning. Popped up. It's on the infield. Foul territory. Is there a play over on the third base side? Yes. Caden Weinfurter makes the catch. Hayden Grzinski is out.
Right fielder, Ty Rhodey.
Ty Rhodey started off the home part of the Everest season with a single, 1 for 1. Scored the first of 3 runs in that first inning. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Not sure if that's a breaking ball or a cutter that Shizik is throwing, but he's shown it twice here in the second inning and has gotten it over for strikes both times. Hit through the right side. Ty Rhodey is 2 for 2.
Left fielder, Cooper Ritchie.
Cooper Ritchie was asked to sacrifice bunt his first time on, and laid down a good one too. Ritchie takes a look down at the third base coaching box. Coleman Schilling delivering the signs there. Throw over to first. Rhodey is back. Now, it hasn't really been sunny all day. Before the game, Rhodey, in addition to all of his neon stuff, was wearing full visor sunglasses. Swing and a miss. It's a strike. Looked like he could be auditioning as one of the guitar players for Daft Punk. Shizik has been ahead in the count to more batters here in this second inning. That's up high, 1-1. So far, Rhodey, the runner at first, has not strayed all that far. Taking a bigger secondary lead, and that's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Cooper Ritchie's got to put the ball in play here. Cole Van Slyke, big Everest bat, waits behind him. 1-2, runners going, fouled off. Defensive swing there. Rhodey, for a kid that had a short lead, got a pretty good jump there at first base. Evergreens with 4 hits here in the early going. A lot of good-looking line drives off the Everest bat. Runner fakes going, retreats to first base, and the pitch is up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner's going again. Pitch is up high for a ball. Throw down to second. He's out. Sure looked like he was called out, but Ty Rhodey's still standing there at second base.
Didn't he call him out?
I thought umpires signaled out.
That looked like his out call.
And now Craig Terpstra will take a moment to introduce himself to our infield umpire. I mean, he saw the call out. That's what we saw up here. But they're staying with safe. I saw out, and I thought the throw was a pretty good one there, too. All right, back at home plate, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Challenge. Oh, that's right. We don't do that.
No
challenges here.
No pitch clock. Just old-fashioned baseball.
Right. The umpires in New York have not been called. You know what? Now that baseball has so many technological elements to it, people are not going to believe that every baseball game used to be called by nothing but human beings. To center field, coming in and making the catch is Caston Saber. There's the second out. But with a runner on second base, Cole Van Slyke will get a chance to hit. Van Slyke hit one behind second base that the shortstop mishandled. Hit to the outfield brings in another. Rohde's got speed to spare. Wild pitch will move the runner up from second to third. Boy, I mean, for Joe Shizik, his team got him one run back. Don't want to allow one in here in the visitors' half of the second. One and oh. Strike, 1-1. Shizik has good to above average velocity, so he's a thrower. The kind of kid who looks like he needs to spot a second pitch consistently to have his best success. Don't they all? 1-1 pitch. Hit to second. Going to have to hustle this over, and Cole Van Slyke is retired by Gavin Thiel. The inning comes to an end. Evergreens get a hit, leave a runner at third base, and do not score. 2 innings complete. Trees 3, Panthers 1 on Zaleski Sports.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
In working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us. Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Take your education out of the classroom and give new spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from their simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
Top of the third is on here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Valley Communities Credit Union. For 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union's been a part of your hometown team. Local, trusted, strong Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first. Federally insured NCUA.
No, they're complaining about the play at second. It looked like the umpire called him out.
All right, looks like we're ready to go.
There it's safe, and so that's what they're complaining about.
Coach Greg Langman has arrived. We noted the shy smile when he looked over at the scoreboard and saw that the Evergreens were up 3-1. That's always a good thing.
I was listening to this guy on Zaleski on my way from work.
There we go.
Third base.
Says that he was enjoying the broadcast.
Caden Weinford.
Caden Weinford, who struck out his first time up. 2, 3, and 4 to hit for Spash. First pitch is fouled back into the net. I suspect that Greg Langman supervised a lot of the work here at Simon Field during the offseason. I know that the season before, at the knees, strike 2. The season before, we got all new carpeting up here. So once the carpeting goes in, could the hot tub or whirlpool be far behind?
It's coming.
Soon enough.
Chair, Greg, I'd be happy.
Taller chair.
Yep.
Line drive through the right side. A hit to start off the top of the third for Caden Weinfurter. Rohde came up throwing, was trying to get him at first base from the outfield. Weinfurter had to hustle down the line. He's safe. And you know what? There's going to be a discussion between the umpires. Out or safe at first base? I think safe, and that's what we're staying with. Yes.
Is it thunder?
That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah, it was thunder.
I didn't hear see lightning yet.
All right, because we're all old men up here except for one, we're hard of hearing, so we did not hear the rumble of thunder that I think we just heard a moment ago. Calvin Roth walked his first time up back in the first inning. On the outside corner for a strike.
Holy cow, I didn't even notice that. Holy cow, what a hole through second base.
Low and outside. Count even to the ball and a strike.
Well, this doesn't have rules on number of men on sides either. So.
A big shift here for Calvin Roth. Ryan Schulz, the second baseman, still on the first base side, but he's almost directly behind second base. Felch trying to nibble and just missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Inside out swing, slow roller to where the second baseman wasn't, and everybody's safe. The throw is wild. The runner will advance from second to third, and another error, a 2-error play, will cost the Evergreens a run. First baseman Brody Hall tried to throw across the diamond for a play at third base. Nope. An error on the throw from the second baseman, and then an error from the Everest first baseman Brody Hall throwing across the diamond, allowing the run to score. It's 3-2. A time where the shift worked against the Evergreens. Errors on Schultz and Hall. Still nobody out, and a runner at second base. Gavin Field to hit now, swing and a miss. Tipped back into the catcher's glove. So the Evergreens were up 3-0 and have promptly given 2 of those runs back, and there's still nobody out. The tying run in scoring position. Boy, year after year, that SPASH baseball, they keep coming at you. Outside corner for a strike. 2-2.
It's the umpire's game. Oh, okay. Yep. They're in charge once it starts.
Long set, coming home, off speed pitch, got him. Felch changes speed and Thiel is way out in front. He struck out for the second time today. Runner does not advance.
Jonathan Trump.
Rumbles of thunder can now clearly be heard outside, but we can keep playing as long as there's no lightning. Jonathan Trickla walked and was forced out at second his first time up. Outside. We do have some rain falling right now. I can see the umbrellas are up along the SPASH sideline. And we can see the rain now coming off the roof here at our Simon Field press box. 1 ball, no strikes. Low, 2-0. Looks like across the way that the cross-country team is cutting their practice short. They're headed for cover. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Yeah, right, it's not cross-country season. Beg your pardon. Whoop, take that back. Track and field now. Home plate umpire just stepped out and now is ready to go again. Just saw some lightning beyond center field. Everyone else will pretend they didn't see that. There you go. Up the middle, second baseman is over. Got a sure-handed throw there. It's a little low, but still dug out. Brody Hall sure-handed. There is the second out. Runner moves up from second to third. Braden Marshke reached at a fielder's choice and scored on an error. Looking for a hit that could tie us up. Strike one. Yeah, the rain's become visible from our spot up here in the press box. Not sure how much longer we're going to play through this. Let's see. Check swing to short. WIAA's going to have to hurry low. That's an infield hit. I don't think a good throw would have gotten him. Nope, scoring it an error. Game is tied on the low throw from WIAA. Evergreens have not helped themselves with 4 errors in this game, and the Evergreens have given back a 3-0 lead. Grant Yonke lined out to third his first time up. Inside, ball one. Long set, Cade Felch is coming home. Inside corner strike, 1-1. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home is committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your time of need. Playing in the rain, 1-1 pitch. Took something off, double clutch throw, and he's out at second base. No matter, the throw was high. I don't know, the infield's getting a little wet and slow. SPASH gets 2 runs with the benefit of only 1 hit. There were 3 errors in the inning, and we're all tied up, going to the bottom of the third, 3-3 on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Hey, Brian Butch called.
Brian Butch?
He really loves Abbey Bank, but he wants to work here.
What are we going to do with him?
I don't know. Let's let him try a few different jobs.
Let's get you that loan. Brian, buddy, you're really good at basketball, but maybe leave the banking to us.
Sideways rain, upside down rain. So you came from.
Welcome back to Simon Field. This game has just gone into rain delay. SPASH was going out to play the field in the bottom of the third inning, and the umpires called them back to their dugout. I am doubtful that this game is going to restart. Third base was kind of a bog before we put down the diamond dry, and third base is becoming a little swampy right now. This game seems likely that we've reached the end of the line for this afternoon. Rain's coming straight down, but it's heavy. Evergreens are covering up the pitcher's mound and home plate. Tell you what, we will send you back to our Zaleski Sports blank screen. Should the game resume and someone bring out 1,000 hair dryers to dry things out, then we'll restart. I get the feeling that we are going to be rained out for the rest of the day. We're tied 3-3, bottom of the third, in a rain delay on Zaleski Sports. Welcome back to Simon Field. I'm Chris Conley, where today's game has been suspended by rain. We are tied 3-3. This game will be picked up the next time that SPASH comes over here to the Wausau area. We think probably 8 days from now. That'll be a week from tomorrow. Evergreens jumped out to a 3-0 lead. SPASH got a run back in the second and then tied the game with 2 more runs in the third. The Evergreens didn't get a chance to hit in the bottom of the third when the rain and some thunder and lightning came. Our field, already having taken a lot of water, simply could not take any more. So our game is suspended 3-3. This game will be picked up at a later date in the bottom of the third inning. For all of us on Zaleski Sports, that's all we have for you today. We'll talk again soon. If the weather cooperates, SPASH and DC Everest fast pitch softball tomorrow here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Good afternoon, everybody.